We've witnessed some special displays in college basketball. Lonzo Ball at UCLA, Justin Jackson tearing up the ACC, Jason Tatum putting everybody on notice that he's coming NBA, and of course John Calipari's always around reminding us that Kentucky is always here. But in the end, Cinderella stories aside, as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty easy to see that March won't consist of too much madness this time around. Duke will end up in the Final Four, probably so will Gonzaga, who doesn't expect for Oregon Ducks. And then, of course, there is Kentucky. Yes, just in case you couldn't tell, I'm picking Kentucky to win the national title. But it's not just because I think they're the best team when focused. It's also because I believe Kentucky actually needs this one. Yes, that two-time champion, Kentucky. Losing in the semifinals of the ACC tournament to Duke was bad enough, but the reasons were even worse. The loss once again gave folks an excuse to reminisce about inability at times to make adjustments, how he had to be more of a motivator than anything else.
Here we go. As fans get ready for this, and it sort of comes up on us every single year, give the fans 3 players they need to be keeping an eye on as the season begins.
He plays harder than any player in college basketball. He's relentless. Reminds me a little bit of Tyler Hansborough. He gets to the foul line because he plays to contact. He can knock down the 3. You can put him in a ball screen. He can short roll. And he is relentless, absolutely relentless on the glass. Then we got my man. He's a dynamic guard with size and length. He'll be the #1 pick in the NBA draft, and he gets others involved. He's a facilitator. He is a special player, and if he's eligible for the NCAA tournament, he'll be fun to watch. My man here has great energy that he plays with, and Leonard says he has a voice. And what I mean by that is he is totally engaged in the game with his teams, and he's connected. Those 3 guys are going to be a blast to watch. Those 2 freshmen, a little Zion-esque.
What's good, Illy?
Seven schools in the running. He could stay close to home. Georgetown, you've got Memphis, you've got UNC. So many options for the nation's top recruit. #1 overall prospect, as rated by ESPN, and a 4-time state champion. Add to that size, he can shoot from deep.
By the way, the NCAA tournament, it starts in earnest this weekend because the seeding, the teams will be eliminated if they don't win their conference tournament. I've been reading a lot from college basketball people saying, hey, 40 teams can win the national title in college basketball. That is utterly, completely false. That is, you're confusing parity with winning 6 games. Now, there may be 30 teams that could beat Kentucky because their best player gets in foul trouble. Chucky Owens gets kicked out of the game, and your senior-laden team gets hot. Don't confuse that, being able to beat Duke once by a point, from winning 6 games. Generally, these low seeds, these 10, 11, 12 seeds that do get an upset win, die the next game because they're so high emotionally they can't handle it. In the last 15 years, here's what you need to win the championship: an elite coach and 1 NBA player. Here's the last, I'm going to name the last 15 years. This is the winning coach or the losing coach that gets to the championship game. Roy Williams, Coach K, Jay Wright, Mark Few, Jim Calhoun, Bo Ryan, Boeheim, Bill Self, John Beilein, Tom Izzo, and Thad Matta. Yeah, you see a trend there? No grad assistants pulling their team to the national championship. Oh, by the way, here's another, Brad Stevens. Yeah, Brad Stevens may be the best coach in the NBA. So don't confuse, hey, we got parity. It's going to be a wild tournament. The last 15 years, there has been 1 non-elite head coach in a title game, Kevin Ollie at UConn. but he had a roster built by Jim Calhoun, a Hall of Famer, and he had an NBA point guard. There's a big difference between having a good year at work and you being a great employee. Everybody has a good month. A lot of people that win Employee of the Month are not great employees. You know, everybody else was sick. Like, don't confuse, hey, this team could upset Duke with winning 6 games, having to beat Duke, Kentucky, and Gonzaga's back-to-back. That's not going to happen from a 12 seed, an 11 seed, a 10 seed, a 9 seed, or an 8 seed. It is not. You're going to have a Final Four, and 3 of the 4 coaches in there, probably 4 out of 4, are going to be elite head coaches, and everybody in that Final Four is going to have an NBA player, and most of them, like Duke, will have 2. So I'm hearing all this, oh, there's never been a year like this in college basketball. Most years are like this. When, you know, Duke is, in fact, let me give you the teams with a chance to win the championship. It'll be one of these 8 teams, and then I'll give you a dark horse. Duke can win it. Gonzaga can win it. Iowa State can win it. Arizona can win it. Virginia can win it. Villanova can win it. Wisconsin can win it. Stanford can win it. Keep your eye on Nevada. They don't have a legend as a head coach. They don't have a great NBA player. They do have a borderline NBA player, a guy that probably plays in the association, and Kirby Falling, and they have a really good head coach. There's your 9, and that's it. College basketball players to watch. Jeff Carr from Duke, Baby on Mills from Virginia, Joel Marion from Iowa State. Good Lord, folks. You know, it's so funny. I was sitting there last night talking to my friend who's a restaurateur, and I said, you know, you've been doing this he did it in St. Louis, and he did it in Orange County, he does it in Los Angeles, he's had restaurants in Beverly Hills, and I said, what's the secret? Most restaurants don't make it, right? Like 75% of restaurants don't make it, and almost none make it for 20 years. And I'm like, how? And he said, you just got to stay current. You can't have the same menu for 30 years. You can't see food the same way you did in the 70s and 80s. Sometimes to sports fans, I want to say, can we all stay more current? The stuff now is the best we've ever seen. Virtually everything is better today. The depth of the PGA Tour is insane. There's 300 amazing golfers in America. People always say, oh, I mean, God, Bobby Jones and Jack Nicklaus. They maybe had 1 or 2 rivals. Outside of Tiger Woods, have you ever noticed? You can't really dominate the sport anymore. Every other year, it's, oh, Rory's the guy. Now he's not. Brooks Koepka is the guy. Oh, now he's not. Jordan Spieth is the guy. Now he's not. Because there's so many great players out there. Everything's getting better. People don't want to see it. People want to be rigid, but everything is better today. NFL, college football, quarterbacks, NBA players, shortstops, pitchers. You know, people used to brag about Babe Ruth. I used to laugh about Babe Ruth. He literally faced roofers and sandwich makers. I mean, Babe Ruth, there were 8 teams. I mean, Babe Ruth, guys they were plumbers but when the season ended. They weren't working out in the off season. They were fixing my pipes in my kitchen if I would have been alive. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.
One up. Here's Mr. Perfect, guarded by Marion. Hits the close. Feeds it to Ross. Off percent. Steps back. This will blow. It is eye-opening. Here's Johnson. Good on the 13th. Johnson, the pass to Barker. Over Norris. And that one's good.
He's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room. And that's...
Unloads from 13. Good on the 3rd. So on the floor for the Wildcats. Mr. Perfect out there. Cats have gone 3 of 4 so far in the 3rd quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half.
Today, ending with the basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Sinks it. Marion outside. Knocks down. Down low. Green. And
your team's momentum.
1 second left. And oh, he hits the... There's the pass to Snow. It's blocked. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Slaughter. The wing Mary. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup past the James. Here's B. The shot to Marion. It's good. Shot clock in the game clock. It's
on the wing, Bledsoe. Check by Davis. Oh, nice step back to create some. Here's Wade. Baseline jumper. Here's Wade. He tries for three. Jordan on the game clock. To the middle. Here's Long. It's good. Only a few seconds. Here's Little General. And he's now 1 for 4 after. Here's Little General. Hits a three-pointer. Teammate. George, a screen on Davis. And it's Bledsoe on the drive. Gets it to a lot of tricks to get themselves to the line. I got to ask you though, C-Web, if a guy tried something. Here's Little General, covered by Williamson. Shot's good. Pass to Magician. Lays it up and in off puck. Here's Wade, and he dunks it down. Here's Long, and he jams it home. We reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And it's Mr. Williamson drives to the hoop. Tipped to the hoop. Tipped. In transition. In transition. Here's Houston. Fast break. Brad, you played for a Suns team that was influential with their training staff's approach. How has sports medicine changed from the early days?
You know, B.A., it is.
Here's Little General. Oh, steps back. And we're about 2 minutes in. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way they're. Over to the left wing. Fires the three. Sniper. From outside the arc. Marion with 20 feet out. That one. Bledsoe outside. Drops it. And it's Clark on the take. 46 seconds left in the first quarter here. B.
Turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there.
Give him 8. Takes the three. Takes the three. And
There's no answer for you.
here's Clark. Here's Marion.
Brand of basketball.
Oh, come on, Kurt.
Fires for three. Gets. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Oakley. Looking for his first basket, still in this one. Okay. Here's Marion. And finally. Here's Marion. Now Smith.
To have a dress down day if we could.
Oh, he don't.
Come on, for three.